Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are right here at the Raising Cane's in Byron, Mississippi. This is the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. We've got more on that later on. I'm Trellis Williams. Right here with me is Coach Chris Thigpen of the Terry Bulldogs, and we are entering into the final week of the regular season here for the 2023 football season. As a coach, you're entering the last week. You're taking on Forest Hill at home. It's a senior night battle there at Bulldog Field. Just kind of go through how this season's been so far and how you want to wrap it up there at home.
Well, we definitely want to wrap it up with a win. The season is gone by really fast. It really has. I was telling my wife, over the weekend how fast, the season is gone. You do so much to prepare for these games that you have. And then once you get to the season, it goes by just like that. And you get so caught up in your work. You get so caught up in the preparation. You get so caught up in the day-to-day. When you look up, man, you're in, the last week of the regular season of your schedule. And, you're playing your last home game that you have scheduled. So it's gone really fast. I've been somewhat proud of our guys' accomplishments so far as where we are. If we started the season, a lot of people would thought we'd be in this same position we're in now as far as our region play is concerned.
Yeah.
Hattiesburg and West Jones would have been the two favorites for our region, and we would have been possibly a close third, just depending on.
You are 2-0's a close third.
That's right. So, so, we need to finish up our season strong starting tomorrow night.
Absolutely. You guys are automatically in the playoffs already. Sit up with Pearl River Central being out of it. You're taking on Forest Hill at home. But, Coach, you do this, you finish this game. This game's going to be big for momentum.
Right.
You really want to make a statement in this game. But then after that, that's when it really matters.
That's right. And anything can happen in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I've been on both sides of that.
Yeah.
It's been a while as a coach. But even as a player and a coach, I've been a part of that. We're going to have to take a long road trip the following week.
Yeah.
Now, we could end up potentially going to Lucedale and playing George County. We could potentially travel to Pascagoula and play Pascagoula. Or we could go to Picayune and play the defending 5A state champs in Picayune Maroon Tide. So, that's what playoff football is all about. You're gonna play some really good teams in the playoffs, teams that are probably evenly matched, teams that don't have a lot of familiarity with each other, but good teams yet and still. And a quick story, if things shake out the way we anticipated, we'll play one of my former coaches at George County, a guy that coached me in high school, a guy that's been a mentor of mine, and a guy I still talk to this day, and Coach James Ray, who's done an excellent job with George County. Before there, he was at Bruce High School. So, it's crazy how small the world is sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, so shifting back to what we got going on this week, this past week, tough loss to Hattiesburg. They end up being a blowout loss, the only one of the season.
Right.
So kind of talk about that, because there were a few things that went in a disappointing fashion, but then also something that was crazy was that Hattiesburg played very well. They really executed, and so it was a mixture of the two. Just kind of talk about that.
It was a mixture of the two. That's one of those games where you really don't hark on those a lot. You flush it and you move on. I talked to Coach Vance Saturday morning. He called me and he told me, he said he thought that they played their most complete game, against us. He said it's been a while since they played at home. They were excited, and really, what became apparent to me early on in our ball game with them is that their offensive line and defensive line was way much more stronger and physical than we thought they were.
Yeah.
And that's where it starts. It starts up front. I think I said it on this show or one of the shows earlier. When we've struggled in the past, it's been up front. When we got really dominated up front. And so they have really good players up front, especially their defensive line, their offensive line. They got a few Division I guys on that,
Yeah.
along with skilled guys, along with good coaching, and along with other really good players. Their defensive line is all juniors, so
They'll be
be
good next
returned.
year.
That's
Yeah.
right. So, but yeah, that's the one game that we want to all forget about as far as how we play.
Absolutely, and I mean, because I noticed, with that Hattiesburg team, I noticed that they were able to protect their quarterback, and they were able to even
Right.
get to ours, which is something that has not happened really all
Right.
season.
That's right.
But yes, definitely you want to move on from that one. Now, this game against Forest Hill, it's senior recognition night, so the emotions will be flowing for these seniors. Absolutely, and just kind of what have you been talking to these seniors about? Because you want them to be able to take in the moment,
Right.
but you also want them to be ready to go out and play and finish out the regular season strong.
Well, I always talk to them about how they want to be remembered,
Yeah.
about doing something that's never been done before. But my message to them today when I met with them was that there's a lot going on related to football, but we have to focus on the things that are important to make sure we get the outcome we want. And that's been my message all week as far as, we got to control the things we can control. And that's our preparation, our effort, our attention. And so that's been my message to the seniors.
For sure. And, folks, we appreciate you joining us and viewing the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. The ball game between the Terry Bulldogs and the Forest Hill Patriots will be tomorrow. It will be Thursday, November 2nd. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Are there any other notes that the fans need to know?
Yes, we'll start. We'll recognize seniors before the game.
Yep.
That'll start at 6:30. We're asking the families to be there by 6:20 on the track. We'll do a father and son pat and go drill at 6:15 with the players and their dads or father figures, and then we'll recognize the seniors. And as you said, the game will kick off at 7 p.m.
Absolutely. And, folks, please be there and represent by wearing your maroon right there at Bulldog Field. We are looking forward to that to finish off the regular season for this Terry Bulldogs football team. Folks, we got more interviews coming up with basketball players and their head coach, as well as a couple of players on the Terry Bulldogs football team. We will be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Raising Canes in Byron, Mississippi. This is the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. I'm right here with Glendarius Ford for the Terry Bulldogs. He's a junior player here. So, Glendarius, man, you've had a great season, man. This is your first year here at Terry, and you've really had a really good season there. The defense has been good. Barring this last week, the defense has really been dominant all season long. Just kind of talk about what has gone into your team's success on the defensive side of the ball.
Man, just listen to our coach, do our job. Like, he be on us all the time. If we ain't doing our job, then we don't want to play. Like, without him, the defense would be nothing. So I don't think my teammates too, because without them, we wouldn't have no winning season. So it's a team effort.
Yep, so you transferred in this past year from Hillcrest. So you're a junior this year, spent 1 year there at Hillcrest. Kind of talk about that experience, because you're talking about 8v8 football. You're talking about a very small school there. Just kind of talk about that experience and then changing from that over here to Terry, where you've been having success here at Terry as well.
It's like Terry, better competition, bigger, faster. Well, Hillcrest is like just smooth ride, no competition. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's different. It's different for sure. And also another thing that is well noted is that you guys are going to play Forest Hill here tomorrow night at Bulldog Field, and you used to go to Forest Hill your freshman year. Just kind of talk about that and kind of what the emotions will be playing against your former school.
Yeah, they said they're going to be looking for me because I betrayed them. I'm with a better team now. Yeah, so I got to be on the lookout for tomorrow.
Absolutely, absolutely. So kind of preview that game tomorrow for us, man. You're taking on Forest Hill. They've got one region win. You guys have one region win as well against the same opponent, which is Pearl River Central. You guys have probably had a more impressive season overall, but, they'll be after you guys, and they're going to be a playoff team as well. Just kind of preview that matchup.
Like the score?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, talk about like the matchup. You don't
Oh,
have to predict the game.
so
I'm just saying, preview kind
it's
of,
gonna be
you know, kind of what their strengths are and what you're kind of planning on doing.
defense. We're gonna set them out. Offense, we're gonna do what they do. We're gonna always make the offense look better. Forest Hill not gonna score, and it's gonna be a fun game to play.
All right, man. Tough question, probably painful question. You had nearly got a pick six against West Jones, and that would have won the ball game. At the end up losing 2-0. That would have won the ball game. Got called back. Man, what was going through your head when you got that pick six? Because you knew that would have. You probably knew that would have won the game if it would have been in.
I got the pick six. I was happy. Then I seen the flag. I'm like, they got to be on them. He said blocking the back. I almost cried.
You did get the interception though, but man, oh man, that was a tough one. But I mean, you guys really stood up in that ball game against an undefeated team. They're still undefeated. I mean, that West Jones team's still 9-0. But yes, man, appreciate Glendarius you joining us for sure. We've got more coming right up on the South 78 Football Show. We are right back. I'm Trellis Williams. This is the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. Right here with me, Quentin Nash, senior linebacker for this Terry Bulldogs football team. Quentin, man, tomorrow night is your senior night, man.
Yeah.
What are the emotions right now heading into your senior night?
I just can't believe that I'm a senior. Like it went real fast and stuff.
Yeah.
It felt like I was just in 10th grade, looking at my the seniors in front of me, senior night.
Absolutely, man. And so tomorrow night, you guys take on Forest Hill there at home. You guys are 5-4 on the season. You're in the playoffs already. Really, it's just you're going to see like who you're going to be playing. You possibly could be playing George County, Pascagoula, or Picayune. You don't really know, but you know you're going to be going on the road, and it's kind of like it's really about playing for seeding, but it's also playing for the emotion of winning a game, finishing the season. So just kind of talk about the want to finish the season strong and just that matchup with Forest Hill.
Obviously, we want to win against Forest Hill. Well, not just win, we want to dominate. But going into the playoffs, this is the first time Terry went to the playoffs since 2008. So, we want to go as far as we possibly can, And since my senior year, leave it all on the field.
For sure, and this defense has been very good all season long, barring last week. Last week was, an enigma, but other than that, you're talking about a very good defense that you guys have put out on the field. Just kind of talk to what has contributed to you guys' success on that side of the ball.
We're a tight-knit group. We have great communication, and we just, we taking it personal when somebody score on us and things like that. And we just got a lot of dogs on that side in general.
Absolutely. So, last question for you, man. Just kind of talk about your development as a football player. I mean, you just kind of mentioned it feels like you were just a sophomore. Just kind of talk about your journey here at Terry High School.
So I started playing football my 9th grade year in the spring. So, I had to learn all the fundamentals and basics. So, I came a long way from, scout team to I was first screen and then second screen also. So yeah, it was a long journey, but a good journey,
Absolutely. Quentin, man, I appreciate you joining us for sure. And tomorrow, again, the Terry Bulldogs host the Forest Hill Patriots. Kickoff will be at 7 p.m. Thursday night. Please join us, and please come out to Bulldog Field to watch that game. And if you can't be there, tune into the stream, Terry Bulldogs Football on the TS Edmond Network. We will be streaming that ball game from Bulldog Field. Next up, we've got some interviews with some members of the basketball team at Terry High School as well as their coach when we come back. All right, folks, we are back. This is the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. I'm Trellis Williams. Right here with me, Coach Chris Parker of the Terry High School Bulldogs basketball team. And, Coach, you've had some success with your basketball team in the past. Last season, making it all the way to the quarterfinals in the state. And you're talking about at a time last year when 6A is the highest level. So just kind of talk about this season's team, kind of some of the guys you lost and how you're kind of you don't want to say replace them, but just kind of guys stepping up and pushing the next guys along.
Well, last year, of course, we went 22-9 and finished with an Elite Eight appearance. We bowed out to Brandon, and so the whole thing this year is about finishing the job. We lost several key players from last year, namely Trey Smith, who was a dandy dozen, who is now starting at Jones.
Yeah.
Also Tyrell Shorts, who was also down there playing a key role at Jones. And those guys are going to go on and probably be Division I basketball players. But this year, man, we have brought back some key pieces and definitely reloaded the chamber. We were starting off with Avery Thomas. He's 6'7", a long, athletic, ball handling wing who can shoot the lights out. We've got Jaden Harper, who's 6'4". One thing about our team is we're long.
Yeah.
So we can defend, we can switch ball screens. We don't have to, be caught up in trying to get through screens. We can switch it, and we got a lot of length on the back end if we need to erase some shots at the rim. We've got Austin Ratliff, who came back to us from Hartfield Academy. We're very happy to have him back.
Yeah.
6'8", very athletic, who's expanding his game. He can knock down the jumper. We've got Keywan Mangum, who came over from Wingfield. He's going to play the point for us. And, of course, we have Quentin Wilson Jr., who was electric, one of the most explosive athletes in the state. 6'5", lefty, who can change a game with his athleticism. We've got an entire team. Coach told me to bring 2 or 3 guys here, and that was hard. You know what I'm saying? Because we really do have a good team. Several outlets have us ranked in the top 5. The highest is 4. But the thing is, we want to be at the top of the heap when the season ends. Our schedule is set up to where, it's a brutal schedule.
Yep.
It's not designed. We could have set up a schedule to go undefeated, but that's not something. Going undefeated against marginal competition, that gets you bounced early in the playoffs.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, we want to be battle tested when it comes championship time, and that's our goal. Our goal is the Coliseum, and like I told the guys, we took the bus over there after our jamboree at Lanier, and those Jackson streets can be rough. They got a lot of potholes, a lot of bumps.
Yeah, yeah.
And I told them, the ride over here wasn't smooth, but we got here. That's our season gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some ups and downs. That's how it is in anything. That's how it is in life. But we gotta persevere and stay together and stay strong. And I think we got the team to really do that. And I'm gonna enjoy the ride. I really enjoy hanging out with these guys. Like over here, we're having a meal and talking. They're fun to be around. And they're good young men.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't come to practice and dread coming to practice.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when you got something special. Mm-hmm. We can talk about anything. If we having issues, we can iron it out. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
No, that is awesome to hear for sure. And just to make the viewers familiar with your team even more than you've already made them familiar with. I mean, I know that you got the length and all that kind of thing. And I have not seen the team yet. Have you had any issues in the past with having guys who are long and tall, but had like some of these teams that want to kind of bully you, maybe with some guys that maybe not be as good as at basketball, but they have a lot of weight on them? Have you run into any of those issues or in the past?
Last year we had a game at Warren Central that kind of turned into I don't know if you remember the video game Arch Rivals, but it wasn't a lot of fouls being called out there.
Yeah.
But we learned from that.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to play that way because every officiating style is different. They let a little bit more go. But that was one night I remember where it got kind of, my guys used to complain in practice because we wouldn't call fouls.
Yeah.
They said, this coach, they going to call that in the game. I said, man, it's going to come a time when they don't call it. And it came a time when they didn't call it. So, now, and that's one thing, too. You got to build trust with these guys. So once some things come to light that you said and they see it happen, then you can coach them harder. You can get on them a little bit more, and it's just that bond that we build, and it's been fun. But I don't think we'll have any problems with anybody just bullying us or anything like that. These guys been in the weight room.
Yeah.
We've been working hard in the off season. There's not going to be any issues. All these guys are solid.
Absolutely, and that was a big question I had, just because basketball's heavy in my background. I've seen a lot of teams that are heavily skilled, heavily talented, and then the teams that are less talented and less skilled, they just want to be physical with you, and take advantage of poor officiating. And so it sounds like you got your guys real solid. Also, I know that you have, here in that Hinds County area, some very good basketball schools. I mean, you guys and Raymond, both very good basketball schools. Just kind of talk about that rivalry, because it's probably more of a rivalry in basketball than it is in football.
Yeah, well, it is, and it's really heating up this year. You know what I'm saying? I think they got them ranked number 1, and so we want to go out there and prove that we are the big dog in Hinds County, and of course, they want to prove that they're still the king of the hill. One thing about it, right now they got the upper hand, man. They got the hardware. What it's all about is the state championship. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whether we beat them or they beat us, we're in 6A, they're in 4A, and once after we play, we wish them the best.
Yeah.
But those 2 nights when we get together, it's special, and we out to win. You know what I'm saying? And I know they are too. So it's good. It's good competition, and but it's hard. It's tough.
Absolutely. And if you could just let the viewers know when your season gets started and where to be.
Well, we kick off November 7th, and as I stated earlier, we don't have any soft touches. We start off with the Clinton Arrows.
All right,
and,
then.
They're going to come to play. It's going to be right there in Terry. Girls at 6, boys at 7:30. I think we have a JV game. JV girls starts at 4 o'clock, and the boys immediately following that. So please come out, and then November 10th is Raymond at home. So come on out and support us, man. We're going to be there, of course.
Absolutely, yeah. Be sure to go support the Terry Bulldogs basketball team. And Coach, I appreciate you joining us right here on the South 78 Football Show.
All right, good to be here.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is the South 78 Football Show. I'm Trellis Williams. Right here with me, Avery Thomas, basketball player for the Terry Bulldogs basketball squad. And Avery, man, you're coming up to the season, man. This is the week. You're coming up on of the first game. Of course, it's next week, but it's Tuesday, so you're within a week until your first game. You're playing Clinton, so you don't get any warm-up game or anything like that. You get right to it. Just kind of talk about the thought about this team going into the season.
It's very good. We got every piece that we need to be successful. We got, I'd say, one of the best point guards in the state, one of the best shooters, one of the best bigs, just one of the best everything in the state. So it's just going to be a sight to see for when we go out there Tuesday and just see how we play with all the best talent in the state.
Absolutely. Kind of talk about your development as a ball player, man, just from when you got started playing now.
When I first started playing, I was just always trying to be able to shoot the ball, because I feel like the game, when I was growing up, you had to be able to shoot the ball. So
Absolutely.
Just constantly being in the gym, being able to shoot the ball. But now, being a senior, at my height, you got to be able to do more things than just shoot the ball. Everybody can shoot the ball now.
Yeah.
So now I'm developing my game to putting the ball on the floor, creating for others, things like that.
Absolutely. And just kind of so last season you guys finished in the quarterfinals. That's very good, very good. Got very far there. This season you guys are highly touted. High expectations for you guys. Just how are you taking on those expectations and trying to put in the work to get where you want to be?
Just taking it on, just working every day really, because all that we got so much weight on our shoulders. We just got to work every day, no days off, not even a minute off. Just got to keep working.
Absolutely. Avery, appreciate you joining us for sure. We got more coming up right here on the South 78 Football Show. Guard.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Trellis Williams right here with me, Jaden Harper, guard for this Terry Bulldogs basketball team. And, man, look, you guys are about to come up on the season, man. You're taking on Clinton there at home on November 7th. Looking forward to getting back on the court, right?
Yes, sir. Of course. I've been waiting for this since last year, since we lost.
I am.
We've just been ready to get back on the court.
For sure. And coming into this season, last season, you had a good year. Y'all had a good year. Getting to the quarterfinals. This year, you guys are highly touted once again. Just kind of talk about what the nerves are coming into the season.
Really just try to go over and beyond what everybody got us as. They still got us. They got us ranked somewhere. I don't really look at that enough. But I want to go to the big house. I'm sure everybody on the team do. Really win a championship, too, as well as for my senior year. That's really what I want to do for the team.
Yep, absolutely. And a big question I want to ask you, too, is that, in the basketball season, man, you're going to take the ups and downs, man, especially when you have a tough schedule.
Mm-hmm.
In basketball, really nobody goes undefeated, you know what I mean, unless you're playing a bunch of easy teams. So, you're going to take your lumps. Just kind of talk about what it's like to get started with that season. Tell these viewers where you're going to take some lumps, but you take it on because really what you want to do is be good at the end of the season.
Really, Coach was like, it was after the Jamboree game. Coach had we was coming back from Lanier. Coach had drove us to the Coliseum, and he was like, on the way to the Coliseum, didn't we feel some bumps? We was like, yes, sir. He was like, that's going to be our road to here, to the Coliseum. There's going to be bumps on the road, so we just got to take them and keep going until we get to the Coliseum.
Absolutely, man. Jaden, man, appreciate you joining us for sure.
Thank you.
We got another one right here on the South 78 Football Show.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. We are back right here at the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. I'm Trellis Williams right here with me, Austin Ratliff for the Terry Bulldogs basketball team. And Austin, man, my first question for you is I know that you were at Terry and then you transferred to Hartfield and you transferred back. Just kind of talk about that journey and how you're feeling being back in a Terry Bulldog uniform.
Man, I feel great being back, being able to play with the guys, had to kick it. My mom, my brothers, it's all a legacy, and I feel like I'm connected to the Terry High School environment.
Absolutely. Man, expand on that, man. So you said your brothers and your mother have Terry Bulldogs background?
Yes, sir. So my older brother, he played there, I think, 2018 season. They didn't make it to the big house. My other brother, he played there 21, 22, and they didn't make it. So I feel like this year I have the chance to play with my guys, and we actually make it to the big house and win a state championship.
Yeah, you guys sound like you have the squad for it. Gonna just talk about the leadership of your coach, Coach Parker.
Yes, sir.
And with these guys, I mean, last year, and you see, you're joining on to a team that had a very good season last year. Just kind of talk about Coach Parker's leadership and also what you feel your addition back on the team is going to mean for your team.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel Coach Parker, when I came back, they all welcomed me back, and I feel like it'll be a good run. And we'll actually stick it out. We'll play together. We'll be together, and just live what we live by.
Yeah, listen, I talked to a couple of your teammates, and I was asking them this as well. In a basketball season, man, you take your lumps, you have your ups and your downs, man. Every team, the best teams have their ups and their downs. Like, for instance, UConn last year lost 9 games and won the championship, stomped through the tournament. So you know this is going to happen. Just kind of talk about the preparation in the preseason to know that when you play tough competition, you're going to have your lumps, but you want to be there in the end.
Well, a lot of preparation, it'll be more as getting ready, being mental in practice, and knowing how to face adversity, how our teammates connect, knowing personnel, and picking back off that. We got a strong team, and so we stick together on and off the court. Like, we got some guys that came out. Yeah. So when we get hit with the moment, we'll just be ready to fight hard, stay there, and be in the grind.
Absolutely, man. Austin,
Yes, sir.
appreciate you joining us, and thank you all for joining us as well. This is the South 78 Football Show. I'm Trellis Williams. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button to the TS Edward Network YouTube channel to follow this Terry Bulldogs football team as they finish off their season. And also be sure to show up to the Terry High School, to the campus, to watch these fellows play some ball. And these guys they're looking good heading into this season. And so please be sure to support them as well. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Trellis Williams. We out.
Sir.